Every time you create an event, you have access to what we call basic notifications. Basic notifications allow you to inform the invitee of certain actions. For example, if they've booked, they will get a copy of their questions, they'll get a copy of the date and the link to the meeting or the location. At the same time, you can also remind them of the meeting through email or text. Also, if you cancel or reschedule, basic notifications can inform this person about those changes. But as you note, we're talking about basic notifications. But if you want advanced options on your notifications, you make use of what we call workflows. In this video, we are only going to focus on basic notifications. So on an existing meeting or new meeting, just click that and then you go to more options. Now you scroll down to where it says notifications. You notice that workflows are here, but it says none because we haven't created any workflows which are attached to this meeting. However, we can make use of basic notifications to quickly set up notifications for a particular meeting. What I want you to note is if you create any basic notifications, they only apply to that particular meeting. You cannot export them to a different meeting or attach them to a different meeting. So the first one is the email confirmation, and the second one is the email cancellation. These are default notifications. They will always occur when a person books or when a person cancels. So you can edit some of the information. If you open the email confirmation by clicking on these three buttons or three dots, click edit, you'll notice it says this is an email confirmation. So as we have discussed, if someone books with you, they automatically receive an email. And this is what is contained in that email. You have two options here. You can switch to what we call a calendar invitation or an email notification. Right now we are in an email notification. They look the same, but they will deliver slightly different information. For example, let me just show you what a calendar invitation looks like. It's very simple and it only delivers this information, and it is sent to maybe your email, and you'll be able to add it directly to your calendar. I prefer to use an email confirmation. Now on email confirmations, you have the option to change the reply address. You can put a no reply address, which is a Calendly email, or put your actual address so that if someone wants to reply you, they make use of that email. So this is a privacy option that you can utilize. You can also change the subject of that email confirmation. As you notice here, it says confirmed, event name, and all of those things. What you see here, which are grayed out, are what we call variables, but we're going to discuss that in a separate meeting. So if you want to add anything or delete, say for example, you don't want them to see the answers to the questions that you have put on the invitee form, you simply delete that and it is gone. You can add additional information, for example, and say, so you can add additional information in that. But how to edit this information, I'm just going to show you in a different video. You can also add your cancellation policy. Let's say, for example, you are someone who's running an Airbnb and you want to know, you want your clients to know what policy they have when they are about to cancel. Do you refund 50% within a week, or you don't refund anything if someone cancels within a week? Your policy can be put here. And once you put it here, it will also be applied to all email confirmations. It can also be included in the cancel and reschedule links whenever a notification is sent. So this is where you tick to include the cancellation policy. Once you do that, you click save. Any changes that you have made here can be saved and they appear in the email confirmation notification. But we just want to go back and show you something. Say you've messed up something here and You want to restore to default, you just click that. It goes back to the original, and then you click save. So this is how we edit all of these, including the email cancellation. It looks the same. You can edit the information that you find there. Also, you have email reminders, which you can turn on, and it will ask you when you want to send a reminder. Say 24 hours before event. You can also say 2 hours before event. You have three options. You can add a third one, which is the last one, and say 1 hour before an event. An email reminder will be sent to the invitee. So once you save that, you can also add text reminders and email follow-up. Once you do this, then your basic notifications have been added, and remember, they only apply to this meeting. So if you want to make a change, you have to get into the meeting settings and change what you have added there. And once you do that, you click save and you're done.